Hey guys, welcome to my channel, your local numerologist. I'm Shay. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Make sure you are subscribed to my other channel, Queen Spirit 1126. All right, and yeah, we are getting into our week ahead. This week I got that communication is something that is very important this week. This week, for some reason, big on the number 12, and that's the month that we're in. And so 3 seems really relevant and prevalent. So make sure that you guys are communicating correctly. So we're going to do this reading a little different. My main key takeaways, which I will be clarifying, is new communication is important, new vulnerabilities. Someone will be vulnerable. Don't take advantage and don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of. And then I also got a message that someone is losing their own self-respect. So let's see what's going on this week. So new communication is important. Let's see what's going on with communication this week, Spirit. New communication is important. Okay, so we got the 2 and the 3 of Pentacles. So what I'm getting is for new communication, no more juggling. You'll be working with somebody, finding someone to work with. 3 of Pentacles is kind of like teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. So you guys are going to kind of find a partner or something like that, or the opportunity to do that will be available. Something that has been in the air is going to find a solid foundation. So some way, somehow in your head, you have been moving these pieces around and trying to fit where the puzzle, trying to fit the pieces where they would go in the puzzle, and you haven't been able to figure that out yet. So there will be some clarification for that, getting those pieces straight and fit where they need to be fit. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, I have despair. And it's 3-2, which is the mirror number of this 23. So I'm going to talk about 5. So we don't have the number 5 in this week, but this does signify that there is some kind of change that is going to be very important that you need to make sure you are not afraid of. As I said, somebody this week will be losing self-respect. You may be receiving communication on that. Maybe somebody is losing some kind of job or something like that, and they're not going to be too happy with themselves. That's really none of your business, okay? I mean, unless you're that person, but for the most part, if you're on this channel, then it's a part of you that wants to work on yourself and make yourself a better person. So new communication is important. Don't allow someone else's despair or anything like that to seep into your happiness and the things that you're doing, right? We all lose sometimes in life, and we all win sometimes in life. We are not taking someone else's wins personal, and we're not going to take their losses personal either, all right? So let's go ahead and clarify this 2 of Pentacles. What have we been juggling, Spirit? We're going to get new communication. Look at this. Another 5, and we have 16 thoughts. Okay, so 16 pops up twice this week, right? So we have the 16th being in this week, and then the 13th too. Am I tripping? Yeah, the 13th is a 16 day, which is 7. All right, so both of those things are important this week, which is, interesting to me. So 16, whenever I see a karmic life path number, you guys know I always have to mention it. 16 is abuse of love, right? So you guys have been juggling somebody's mistreatment of you. I see here that there's going to be some kind of change with somebody not treating you correctly. And so this is something that you have been juggling, how you feel about this. Kind of like your thought process on this hasn't been the best, because it is very hard to understand when you're trying to do everything that you can do when you are in the spirits of lifting people up, how somebody could go out of their way and just be the Debbie Downer, try to bring you into their despair, something like that. So I do get that you guys have been working hard on removing this kind of energy, right? So we do have the 5 and the 16 coming to a 21, which is the last day of the week, which is Saturday. Okay, so I do get that this juggling is definitely going to end by next Saturday. You guys are going to be able to see a clearer picture. So let's talk about it. We have thoughts and we have mature man. So what I get is that there's definitely, it definitely feels like a masculine here, maybe somebody older that has a feminine on their mind. Now, I know that we associate masculine with men and feminine with women, but the truth is that sometimes, depending on the energy that we are living in, we could take on either one of those characteristics, right? Especially if we're doing too much, we can become an imbalanced energy where we're too masculine or we're too feminine. Neither one is good. So anyway, I do feel like there's somebody that does live in their masculine energy and they're kind of seeing it as a loss. So this could be an actual man thinking about a woman, or this could be the energy of somebody looking back at their emotions, looking back at their feelings, looking back at, the things that they've done in the past and really giving it a good look, like what really happened here, right? So we have the 16 coming to a 7. The number 7 is all about analyzing, being analytical, figuring out what works and doesn't work. And with the mature man here, somebody who is supposed to have an abundance of knowledge. You see all the books he has. He has the world in front of him. He has traveled. He is well versed in a lot of things in life. But it doesn't look like this person, okay, is listening to the older man, or somebody is not maturing correctly. Somebody is looking at their emotions as something that they need to mature in, and by maturing in them, they want to kind of masculate their emotions. They want to make emotions more masculine, and that's like, you can't really do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can turn water into ice for a little while, but as soon as it gets too hot, that shit is going to melt down to water. It's definitely going to change back into the feminine energy that it is. So this is somebody that's just not able to accept the things that are going on in their life. They don't like their emotions. I do get that. So you guys have been juggling with this person, or this person has been blocking something from you. Let's clarify this 3 of Pentacles spirit. Damn, we got another masculine. And we got the sun. Sun is success. Okay, so we got a 10 and we got a 4. Okay, so 10, ending of a cycle, beginning of the new cycle. 4, which is 31, 3 appears in both places. That's another 5. So I'm feeling big changes because we got 5 here, and then we got these 2 numbers equaling 5. I definitely feel that there's a lot of changes here. I think that with this, there's somebody that is looking at you as somebody who is successful, somebody who can bring them success, somebody that can help you with some kind of success or something like that. So you guys are going to be moving forward in some kind of new successful venture. You guys may have met this person already, but they're going to be put in some kind of new energy with you. Okay, so let's move on from that. Okay, so for the second part of this reading, we have new vulnerability. Someone will be vulnerable. Don't take advantage or allow yourself to be taken advantage of. So vulnerability comes when we kind of see things in a new light, and we allow our walls to fall down, or our walls are kicked down, and everybody sees us, or a certain amount of people see us for our naked selves, right? They're just looking like, oh, okay, this is who you really are. This is what your pain really is. This is really the trials and tribulations that you've been through, which could be a good or a bad thing. I definitely see vulnerability as something that is good and is bad. When you have not accepted yourself for who you truly are, vulnerability can be extra difficult. But for the most part, vulnerability is something that can be a relief, okay? So new vulnerabilities, someone will be vulnerable, and then I got the energy of somebody being taken advantage of. So let's see, what's this vulnerability, Spirit? Can you clarify? Can you clarify vulnerability? Okay, so somebody has dealt with some kind of heartbreak. Oh, okay. And we got 5 of Cups on the bottom. You can't make this up. Now, this 5 of Cups is in reverse, so this definitely is the energy of healing. But we got 3 of Swords and we got Ace of Swords. This 3 of Swords is upright, and this Ace of Swords is upside down. So I really, somebody was a liar, okay? So with the 3 of Swords upright, the swords do represent communication, mental, okay? So the classic, definition, 3 of Swords, is heartbreak. Classic definition of the Ace of Swords is a liar. Just somebody who is trying to keep the wool over your eyes or something like that. So you guys may, or somebody is being exposed. Okay. So I'm going to keep this the 5 of Cups here, because I feel like somebody, and this may be you, is healing from some kind of heartbreak, somebody lying on you, of somebody who is dishonest. They may have spread rumors behind your back or something like that. And what I'm getting is ultimate healing. If you guys notice, we got this 3-1 again, which we saw 31, and then we have this 5. So let's talk about the number 31, right? 3 is a number of communication, connection, community, whereas 1 is this number of leadership. I kind of like getting fire starter, but 1 can also represent somebody who is very selfish, that only thinks about themselves. And so what I'm getting right now is this is a very selfish person who went out into the community and said a lot of things that they shouldn't have said about you, did a lot of things that they shouldn't have did. And you have healed from this, right? But sometimes we have to pay back the things that we have done. And a lot of times I tell you guys to stay out of things, because you have to allow people to get their karma. And what type of person would you be if you kick somebody while they're down? So you don't want to do that, but you also don't want to help somebody up who's been kicking everybody else when they were down. So I do get that you guys are healing, and somebody is going through a very public humiliation this week. Let's see what's going on with this 3 of Swords. Clarify this 3 of Swords, Spirit. New vulnerabilities this week. Okay. So we got main female. So we got feminine energy here. We have distant horizons, 36. All right. So the number 11, right? Because we have 2 and 9 is 11, but really the number just equals 2. Somebody is trying to reconnect with some kind of guides or something like that. And I say reconnect because I feel like there's been some connection in the past. Somebody wants you to forgive them for the things that they've done. I get that somebody defines you as their happiness. They define you as their guide. But they did do this thing to you, right? So the reason they did that is because they did want you to come back around. They felt like if they made themselves your only choice, then, maybe you would come back, maybe it would work, or, whatever the case may be. But I do get the energy that, like, you were their dream person and somebody is kind of heartbroken because you walked away from them. Now, this may not necessarily be romantic. People can break our hearts, right? If we have family who mistreat us, or, if we have friends that, betray us, anything like that, that can be heartbreaking either way. So I do want you guys to keep that in mind. But I'm going to point out that this number is 2 and 3, and we got the 5 again, y'all. We got the 5 again. So that's definitely important. We got the 2 and the 3 again as well. So we talked about communication, and 2 is like a connection of spirit. The 2 and the 9 is this kind of like elevation, right? 11 is a number of elevation, moving on to the next level, something supported by spirit. But more than anything, right, it's going through this doorway, right? We call 11 a doorway number. So you're moving on to something else. This is much bigger than closing out a cycle and going into a new cycle. This is being pushed forward in something that you really want and you really need. But it's also leaving somebody behind because their intentions have always been to cause some kind of heartbreak and kind of like ruin things for you. Okay, what's this Ace of Swords here? Can you clarify? Damn. 12, 12. Okay, and if that, listen, y'all, if that ain't it right there, okay, so this is a 12-month, right? Double 6 is 12 months, that equals 3. So we have the privileged lady here, and I really feel like this represents you because, like, the first part we had a lot of masculine energy, and this part we have a lot of feminine energy. And feminine energy is all about like acceptance, right? It's about love. It's about vulnerability. It's about caring and kind of like cultivating support type thing. And so what I'm getting is that this lie, I feel like it's a new lie, right? We have this 7 of Pentacles right here. So let me tell you what I'm getting without explaining how I'm getting it because it's throwing me off. So there has been, like somebody is a complete liar and then somebody is going into it. I feel like it's their boss or somebody's over them. It's like going back and checking their work. And so somebody's going to receive a phone call because I feel like they misled or they lied about the wrong person. And I'm getting the word misinterpreted, right? So this person, they could have misinterpreted something and did it by accident. But since they have lied before, since they're an actual liar, then they're going to kind of reap what they sow, right? It's just going to be seen as a lie. It's not going to be seen as a mistake. Okay, so I don't know. In high school, I knew this girl who was trying to get pregnant her freshman year of high school, and she didn't. But her senior year, she did get pregnant by accident, and she had twins. And I don't know why that's relevant, but I like that story just like in my head. I'm like, damn, girl, you got both of those kids. That's how I felt. So it's kind of like that situation where you tried to do something earlier, you didn't get the karma from it, but you didn't learn your lesson. So now it's going to come back to bite you because with the 7 of Pentacles here, they didn't like really evaluate everything that they were doing. They didn't make sure that they crossed their T's and dotted their I's. They kind of like overlooked some things. All right, so let's move on to the last part of this reading. All right, and we're back. So the last part of this reading is that someone is losing their self-respect. Now, self-respect seems like something that is pretty self-explanatory. So the penalty of losing your self-respect can be a lot of things, right? You can behave in ways that don't show that you care about yourself, like, not bathing or not paying your bills, doing drugs. Or you can fall into a deep depression and kind of like keep living the same thing over and over again, and kind of like reigniting that pain. That's what I'm getting. So someone is losing their own self-respect. Again, I don't feel like it's you, but if it is you, I hope that, you can redevelop yourself into somebody that you care about and somebody that you can respect, right? Because at the end of the day, if you don't respect yourself, then how can you evaluate who should be respected and who you should look at like, an asshole, okay? So let's keep going. We have someone losing self-respect. Let's go ahead and clarify. Oh my goodness. One sec. All right. So we got someone losing self-respect, and we got the Four of Wands and then the Ten of Pentacles, right? So something about these cards that they have in common is that they're both mirror images, right? So what I'm getting, like the same at the top and the bottom is what I mean. So, damn, even the Four of Pentacles at the bottom, that's crazy. And so, whoever this is, they're looking at themselves and looking at the things that they've done, and they are not happy with it. They are not happy with how their life turned out, because with this 14 being abuse of freedom, right? Because it's a karmic life path number. It's definitely somebody who kind of uses people. This is like that give an inch, take a mile times 1,000, right? And so all the things that this person has celebrated in the past, because Four of Wands is like a celebration with family, celebration in your household, just kind of like being on top, where the Ten of Pentacles can be generational wealth, right? Defeating generational curses, things like that. But the thing with these cards is that we don't know if they're up or down. We don't know which way that they look. And in a way, they're facing both ways. Because this person or this energy celebrated kind of like defeating people, celebrated putting people in a dark place, right? Didn't understand that when you make plans to put somebody in a dark place, when you actually set out to make somebody else's life negative, you will pay a penalty for that. And it's just all about where your focus is, right? We saw the Four of Pentacles at the bottom. This person holds on to a lot. They don't know how to let go, and because of that, they are losing a lot, right? Because they didn't know how to build generational wealth on their own. They did it on the backs of others. It could have been you. It could have been somebody else. But I really feel like this is the same person that was kind of like a liar, because they didn't know how to build that wealth on their own. They're moving toward a space where they have to live in the energy that they've projected and that they've produced, okay? So this person, somebody is definitely getting some real negative karma this week, all right? Happy Saturn retrograde. I'm not going to be mad at it. As I always tell you guys, we all get karma. It's not always bad. And everybody should get what they deserve. I want what I deserve. You guys should want what you deserve. And if you've been shitty and you don't want what you deserve, well, that's too damn bad. You're still going to get what you deserve. All right, so let's clarify this Four of Wands. What happened, Spirit? Yeah, I cannot make it up that we got another 2, 3, another 5, and another 7 with the house. And this is exactly what the fuck I was saying, right? The house. The house is about, it's almost like the Ten of Wands energy, but it focuses more on, you built this house, right? And you have these bills to pay. You have things to do in this house. You have things to take care of. So the house kind of denotes this responsibility, but it's responsibility that you wanted, right? Because we all need somewhere to live. And then we have the mouse here, and the mouse represents, like, it's kind of like the Six of Pentacles upright. When it's taken negatively, it's like breadcrumbs. Only they're not giving you anything, they're taking it away, like little by little. Oh, I could sneak in here, I could sneak in there, I could sneak in here. And it's really a negative energy of trying to beat somebody else's self-esteem. And so what I get is that this person is sitting in some kind of analytical space now. Like I said, they are either facing themselves head on, or they're looking at somebody who is the mirror image of them, and they just can't be mad about it, right? You can't be mad when the player gets played. You can't be mad when the con artist gets conned. That's what happens, because you build that energy up around you, right? No honor amongst thieves, because the thief is going to steal. So if you out stealing, then yes, somebody's going to steal from you, and that's the energy that they're given. So we got the Seven of Wands here at the bottom. And this person feels like they are on top of everything, but it's really going to all come crashing down, because you can't build something solid on a shaky ass foundation. That's not the way it goes, and that's not the way it's going to work. So there's definitely some regret here, some regret, and I want to say remorse, but I really don't think it's remorse. I just think that people hate getting their karma back when they've been not a good person. That's what I really feel like is going on here. So we have some changes here. We saw the birds earlier when that 1212 came out. And I don't know if you guys called in the guides on them, but there has been like a call. A call has been made, and some guides are unhappy. They're ready to set the record straight, and that's why we are dealing with all of these changes right now. So while they're trying to beat on and nibble on your self-esteem, they have somebody else that's kind of like taken away from their money. There's some communication that they missed is what I'm getting. Something that they overlooked. And this is some kind of pattern that this person has, where they don't take the right thing seriously. They take the wrong thing seriously, and they miss the important things. So there's this card in here that says details, and I feel like, no, it's not in this deck, it's in a different deck, but I feel like this person is missing the details in their life, missing the specific details, and that's how they ended up in this situation. Can you clarify this Ten of Pentacles, Spirit? Clarify Ten of Pentacles. You got Anchor, 35-8. We got Nine of Swords at the bottom. Somebody's feeling some major anxiety here. Okay, so we got an 8 and 6, which comes to 14. You already know. You already know. And the Koi fish at the bottom, 7, King of Pentacles. So somebody, okay, so with the Ten of Pentacles, this somebody felt like they were reassured and that they were safe, that they were going in the wrong direction. And this is the problem with not being accountable for the things that you do, because you'll end up with more than enough rope to hang yourself. And once you're hanging out there, it's hard to get back up to the top. You're going to be lost, right? There's a lot of feeling with this Ten of Pentacles. It's really feeling like it's in reverse right now, that somebody is lost, right? They're lost at sea. They're lost in their emotion. Like they need a compass, but they don't have anyone to guide them, because anybody who was worth anything already exited stage left. They were done. They were already gone. They were already, they already knew that this wasn't a good connection. And again, this doesn't have to be romantic, but it's definitely a vibe that something that they thought was going to anchor them in, something that they thought would lead them in the right direction, lead them to happiness, has really led them to some kind of state of anxiety where they feel kind of like lost in the wilderness and alone. Okay, just alone. Again, this 35 and 42, 8 and 6 comes to a 14, which comes to 5. So we're right back to this 14 and the 5. So I want you guys to really get ready for some big changes this week. It kind of feels like the tides are turning. So something that wasn't really working out at all, something that has been kind of hindering you, is going to get pushed forward. We saw that 11 earlier. So I really feel like there's going to be some kind of massive movement, right? We got Heal the Ouch here, right? 3, 8, 11. Heal the Ouch. So you guys are going to be doing some healing over something that was negative from your past, okay? I'm also getting this energy of manifesting. Continue manifesting good things in your life. Continue doing good. Continue believing that, that you can do good and that it'll pay off for you, right? That it's worth being the bigger person. It's worth walking away if somebody wants you to be negative. It's worth giving back. It's just worth loving to the best of your ability. Anything else for this week, Spirit? I know this was kind of different. Deep Freeze, the number 26. And then we have Sacred Pool, 4 and 7, another 11. Cleaning House, we got 10. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that there is going to be a thaw. There has been something that has been on pause for a while now, and it's going to be thawed out so that you can move. Okay, so Sacred Pool is about praying to your guides, praying to your ancestor, praying to your guides, whatever, connecting to your spirit team and making sure that your intentions are set. And that's why I got that manifestation vibe. And here we have cleaning house. Make sure anything that doesn't work for you is out of your way. These could be attitudes, these could be old clothes, jewelry, whatever the case may be. Get rid of it. All right, that's all I have, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you next time.